Got 8 peeps jumping in right now, so we'll go ahead and get started. And if this is your first time, my name's Grant Tommy. This is my channel, Straight Six Fan. This is a little segment I like to call Know Your Neighbors, and it's something I ripped off from Greg Porter, who he sort of carried the torch from. I used to know this Freddy's. Anyway, you can watch my old Know Your Neighbors segments to figure that fact out, but. If this is your first time on the channel, my channel's about, I like to focus on budget-minded, creative, and relatable project cars. I call it offbeat hot rodding, but we'll start doing some introductions. To my left, we've got Catloco's Garage in the house. We got Hard Knocks Forge dropping in. And on the far end, we've got Craig Durbin.
What's going on, people?
So thanks again. We got 10 people now in the live chat. So thanks everybody for joining. And I think where I want to start, I guess I'm kind of like living a life dream here. I'm like Johnny Carson right now. It's like, well, that's some weird, wild stuff. Okay, you hear that, Ed? But anyway, we'll start with Catloco because he's closest to me. But how long have you been on YouTube, and what ultimately made you kind of jump into this game?
I've been on YouTube probably 10 months now, and for me, December 16, I got diabetic ketoacidosis and almost died. So I was in the hospital ICU for 4 days, and then another 4 days in hospital. So I almost died that week. So for me, it's like I recovered, got off insulin in 3 months, and I was just thinking when I was in the hospital, you know, all the shit I should have done, you know what I mean? So my whole purpose of my channel was to do something that I should have done before I got sick, and that was to finish my project cars. So me starting this channel, working on my cars, I just want to motivate people, educate people, you know, to finish their projects, get things done. Even if it's not cars, just finish whatever project. Be a tree house, it could be whatever you want.
Right on.
So for me, that's why I started my channel.
So, okay, so I'm probably gonna butcher this. Diabetic
ketoacidosis. Yeah, that's like when your sugars are sky high.
You were or weren't diabetic before this?
I found out 3 days before I almost went to a diabetic coma. So I found out, I got really sick in 2 days, and then when I was in and out of consciousness, my wife pretty much convinced me to go to the hospital, and they sent me straight to the ER. So, yeah.
Okay, I was not ready for that, but yeah. No, I mean, thanks for sharing. So then I think that's important because like a lot of what my channel is all about is very similar. Is like I want to make things relatable, like because I don't have a whole lot of skills, but I want people to understand like
you have skills. If
I can do it, you can do it. It just takes time, and so like I like what you're saying is like okay, so I can't relate to you on the near-death experience.
Right.
Thing.
I mean, like, just tomorrow's not a promise. That's basic what it is.
But that's such a great thing to latch onto and to like, to face. I guess.
So pretty much, I made something negative into a positive. So me almost dying into something positive where I started my channel. It started out in tools just because I wanted to show the tools I was going to be using for the project. So that caught off a little bit. So now you see I'm making more car content, and not too much tools, but they're coming back.
So I think this is where I'd ask you just to drop the mic because I don't think we're going to top that.
Yeah.
But before we ruin property that's not mine, because Doug helped Craig helped us out from his brother bringing the mic. We'll pass it to Hard Knocks and So same question. So how long have you been doing this, and what made you ultimately jump into the YouTube scene?
2014 was when I first started my YouTube account. I did not post any videos forever. My actual reason for posting videos is much like Cat's. I had a rollover accident, broke my neck and my back, jacked up my shoulder, and I had done a lot of soul searching. You know, how long am I going to be here? So the first videos I ever put on my channel were just goofy bullshit things that were there for my kid. If something did happen, I could, in a sense, well, she could, in a sense, go back, find my YouTube channel, and replay those
Kind of know a little
moments,
bit.
memories, or whatever, wherever she's at, because it's on the internet and it's there forever.
You hope.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of people that delete stuff, but I don't delete anything.
Facebook, Instagram.
Right. Yeah. Same thing. Facebook, Instagram.
So, well, I guess it's up to you, Craig. Did you have a near-death experience?
No, I'm pretty good on that. No near-life death experiences. I've been on YouTube for a long time. Just never had any content on my channel, and through doing live chats and stuff, I think that there's a lot of encouragement from the tool community for people to add content. And right now, with the hectic lifestyle that I have, I really haven't been able to pursue doing the live content like I would like to, but it's one of my irons I would like to put back into the fire and deal with at some point.
So let's keep it there then. So what would your ideal like how would you shape your channel? What do you want it to be then? Since you're the newest one here out of all of us.
I would probably have to say more of an all-purpose or general knowledge channel, not necessarily dedicated to tools or equipment or cars or truck, just anything and everything. There's a lot of things that I would like to do on my channel for people to have a little bit of knowledge in a lot of different areas, and I just haven't really been able to put that together, but it is on my list of things that I would like to accomplish at some point.
Well, in so a lot of ways, you're like my first Know Your Neighbors guest, and I apologize, guys, I didn't get to play the Greg Porter jingle, but I'm using all 4 channels on my mixer, or I thought I was going to. But I guess what I'll say is you're a lot like Hodgepodge Garage. Then it sounds like he does a little bit of everything. He was my first, yeah. Is that kind of what you're? I mean, maybe not cliff diving in Greece, but
what's difficult is that I have 2 good-sized farms to take care of, and then I also have 2 part-time jobs, and I also look after my 90-year-old grandmother's affairs. So I really don't have as much time to do a lot of the things that I would like to do. But the YouTube part of the community and stuff kind of fills in some areas where I have voids. So it's kind of nice to be able to interact with the community when I have periods of time to do that.
Yeah. So
just now trying to figure out how to get the video content built and put it in the channel is the difficult part.
Well, I think we'll pass the mic to Hard Knocks. I think he's got some explaining to do. Why somebody thinks he doesn't have any apple pie or goggles at the moment, but that is not true because he came prepped.
Yes.
So they're
I
the
never
goggles.
Go anywhere without the goggles. But
Bum.
that is.
Yeah.
We do have
wait,
pie.
hold on. I believe Bearded Yakin says, "What is up, my brothers?" I think that's what he's saying. I think that's
exactly what he's saying.
But so tell us a little bit about your channel, Hard Knocks. Like, what is your channel? What do you want your channel to be about? What's your sort of? You explain a little bit why you started it, but pie in the sky, or maybe what you want it to be moving forward. What does that channel look like?
Started my channel basically doing but I started doing it for everybody else. I started doing it on tool deals. You know, find a great deal on a tool, something maybe a professional already has, but a DIY guy might actually benefit from having in their toolbox also. And hey, if it's cheap, it's cheap.
Why not?
Yeah, exactly. You can never have too many tools. The old lady will tell you different, but I'm here to tell you you can never have too many tools. Yeah, it's mainly a tool channel. I do cooking videos, and I've showed everybody how to make apple pie. Just anything that I think I would be interested in, somebody else out there is interested in as well. So why not do a video on it and throw it up on YouTube?
Yeah.
I'm not trying to, clickbait anybody or get 100,000 views in a week or any of that kind of stuff.
But let's do it anyway.
But yeah, it doesn't matter. If one of them successful, hey, it was a good video. It should have got put out.
It's kind of like one of my friends from high school says, he was a hunter. Accuracy by volume.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
keep pumping the shots out, and you'll hit something.
If they'll let you throw a 30-round mag in, hey,
let's throw the 30-round mag in.
Yeah.
But so Catloco, now the same question to you. So your channel wants to be what moving forward?
My channel, I mean, it's a classic car restoration channel. It's a tool channel. It's a motivation channel. All I want to do is to motivate and educate, mainly with tools and cars. So for me, that's what my channel's for.
So talk a little bit about your projects and how many projects do you have going at the moment? Because sometimes we watch the tool community and it's all about the tools, but then you're like, wait a second, they got to use these tools for something. So what are you using your tools on?
So like right now it's a 77 Caprice. Yeah, Landau Aero Coupe. So that's the main one I'm starting on. And then it'll probably be, well, I don't want to say too much, but it'll probably be my 72 Cutlass after that, and maybe my F100, my 64. So
what the plans for the F100? Are we doing like a...
Now that's my wife's car, so I'm not doing too much.
I hear that.
I'm just making it safe and looking good, and that's about it. The engine's pretty solid. Right, it's not GM or Chevy, so
GM under the hood.
yeah. Well,
It's gotta be flat.
Now hold on.
Yeah. I see a Ford in front of us though. Two Fords.
There might be a lot of blue oval love in this.
Right.
Garage.
I think this is a Ford house.
So
yeah,
it may be. There may be a little bit of Ford love here, but I do drive the Japanese thing. So
yeah.
How about so Hard Knocks for you? What projects are you working on with your tools that you're always showing us?
Well, I actually took a dive into construction here recently. Those videos haven't came out yet because I don't know like anybody else, but I have 80 or 100 videos sitting on my computer that
not me.
I can go through and edit and throw up at any time, which some people say
I throw up videos.
Some people say, oh my god, how long have you had that video? And I can tell you it may have been 8 months, because they can tell based on the workbench there how many stickers I have on it as to what time I actually shot that video.
Oh yeah,
which is kind of cool. But yeah, I have
Hard Knocks Forge. Watch for the logos.
Yep, exactly. Watch for those stickers. You'll know how old the video is. Sometimes I will shoot a video right away and get it out right away, but yeah, no. We built a shed here a couple of weeks ago. It's like a 32 by 14. So I will have a bit of woodworking on my channel, which I don't like woodworking, but we did it. We framed it. Hell, we even put some sheetrock in the damn thing, and it's a shed. But had some left over, went ahead and threw it in there.
I think to some extent we're all jack of all trades, experts of none. Yeah. But old car auto guy tells us Mopar, no car, and if you've ever owned a Jeep, I might debate that a little bit. But Catloco rolled up in a pretty sweet looking Ram 1500, so I can't bash it too much either. But
I'm a Mopar. I'm a car guy.
we'll send it over to Craig. And Craig, so what kind of projects you got going on at the moment?
Well, right now I'm in the process of trying to take care of some bookwork and stuff for the farm and whatnot that I take care of. I have some tractor repairs that are coming up that I should do videos on. I've got some truck repairs that I should do videos on.
Power stroke? Okay.
Unfortunately, the Power Stroke doesn't have the issue.
You can't fix those.
But they don't have.
Just runs reliably. Now the F-350 dump truck has some issues, but a lot of that's because it's an 81, and the suspension needs to be done and probably has never been replaced. So those deep ends and all those nice suspension parts that are 300 years old and rusted solid and don't move, and allow the truck to go from one side of the road to the other. It's well overdue for some replacement. I think I've got a transmission for my GMC that I need to tear apart and rebuild. Just a lot of odds and ends.
The list is long. That's what you're saying.
Huh?
The list is long. That's what you're saying. Well, so let's talk about a little bit about the tractors. I know I watched Hard Knocks roll up into my driveway with an international plate on the front of his GMC. But what color paint's on the tractors on your farm?
I have a Farmall H that my great grandpa bought brand new. And is it? Might have to turn it up, Grant. Is your final volume down?
No, we're right at on the plus side.
Test 1 2. Is it better? It's on.
Yeah, it says can't hear Craig. Yeah, just hold it.
Hello,
closer
test
now.
1 2.
That's better. They can hear now. Get it, garage says they can
Okay.
hear now. So
Do I need to eat the microphone?
We'll repeat the last question. Was Craig was talking about his list of projects, everything from truck repair, dump truck repair, and then talked a little bit about tractor repair. So I asked him what color of paint was on the tractors on his farm, and that's where Craig said,
I have a Farmall H, which is red, and my great grandpa bought that tractor brand new. I have some things I would like to do with that, and some just basic knowledge videos. And then I also have another international 460 utility tractor, which needs some minor repairs done to some of the accessories. And then I've got a Case 530 that I need to replace some front wheels on. So just kind of little odds and ends and stuff. And then there's a lot of cleanup work at the farm and some videos I would like to do with that, but there's never a dull moment. So
are any of those projects, do you have any like customizing dreams or plans for them, or are this all kind of just restorations, return to stock?
I think that anytime you deal with anything that's old, you're always going to be forced to do a little bit of customization because the parts are hard to get. You know, and a lot of the stuff that I use on the farm, a lot of the parts are obsolete or not available. So sometimes you have to look on the internet and try to locate parts, and other times you have to build something, or sometimes you just have to repair what's there. So if you got to take something to a machine shop and have it rebuilt from the ground up, I mean, it's sometimes when you're just kind of forced to do that, which is not the best option. It's obviously the most expensive and most painful, but you get forced into those situations once in a while.
But if none of us thought of ourselves as any sort of MacGyvers in our shops, then what are we doing here? Right. But let's switch it over to Hard Knocks Forge, and let's talk about the projects you got going on. Any pie in the sky dreams? I know we off camera or off before we started live stream, we talked a little bit about the new Cub Cadet you picked up, but any sort of projects you got, like you've got dreams for?
The 70 Chevy. It's a 70 custom 400. We tore the seat apart. I'm actually kind of wondering now if I should reupholster that seat or just find a newer, better one, throw in there. But yeah, with LMC just right up the street,
you know,
you can't really beat that.
Kansas, by the way, here, all four of us Kansas boys, but
yeah, we're all, you know, at least 45 minutes away from LMC, and that's it. So short drive. They have, you know, almost everything you need. But yeah, it's that's the pie in the sky one right there, is the 70.
So Catloco, we'll go to you. Obviously, 77 Caprice is first on the docket.
Mm-hmm.
So what genre are we pursuing? Resto mod? Is it pro touring? And we just cleaning this thing up? What are we looking at with the 77 Caprice?
No, the 77 is probably going to be a custom job, just because it's not in that best condition. So like I have a 78 Nova, which is pretty much almost 100% stock. The interior is nice. The engine's good. I won't touch it. My 69 Chevelle, which would be my dream car, which I have.
396?
Yep. Big block. But it may get a 6.0. So even though it's around the same power, so I'll try and bring back the 396. If not, the 6.0 is going in there.
So we'll stick with the 6.0 talk then. So a lot of what I love about your channel is the Junkyard Diaries. Or
right?
Did I get that right?
Yeah.
Okay. But I love it. So like you've pulled, I don't know how many LSs I've watched you pulled, but like what are you looking for when you go out to the yard? What do you have to come home with? I mean, because I guess from my perspective, I've never done that, but I'm thinking like when you can walk home with the wiring harness is obviously a bonus, but it sounds like that's probably not usually an option. What are you hoping to walk home with when you're looking at an LS? And that's anything from 5.3, 5.7 to 6 liter. What do you want to come home with?
Well, it depends. Like before I go to junkyard every day that I go, I already know what I'm looking for. So I research what yards have what before I go, and that's what I go after. So every blue moon, I'll see something that wasn't listed, like that 6.0. I saw it listed, but I didn't expect to see it because 6.0s come and go quick.
This has got to be a mistake.
Yeah. So that's why it took me like a day or two. Well, it took me you see me doubt myself like 5 times looking at it. I was like, I can't believe it's still here. So
am I dreaming? Like, wait, it's real, right?
Right. So that day I actually saw it and shot the video. I met up with Knox for a tool convention, and he's like, let's go get it. And I'm like, I don't feel like pulling it. But he hyped me up to go pull it the next day. So, but yeah, normally I know what's there before I go, because I go to every junkyard pretty much.
So how many junkyards are in your arsenal on a regular basis? Is it like a rotation of 5?
6.
6?
Yeah.
So Hard Knocks, walk us through that day then when you were like, dude, Catloco, like you can't walk away from the opportunity to snag a 6 liter. What were you thinking?
Well, that's what he told me. He said, "Hey, I found a 6." And I said, "Okay, well, when do you want to pull it?" He said, "Well, I got stuff going on today, and I might have stuff going on tomorrow." And I said, "Well, if you really want it, let me know. I'll come up there and get it." And he said, "Okay, well, yeah, I've got other stuff going on." I said, "Yeah, but if you really want it, I will come up there and help you pull it." That's basically what the conversation was. He was like, "Yeah, I got stuff to go. I got stuff going on. I don't know if I can push it off." And I said, "Yeah, but I will come help you pull it because and you've been looking for one. So, let's get it if we can get it." So that was a lot of
So we got a couple of questions that dropped in not all too long ago. Twisted R Racing asked, "Where in the hell are you guys at?" Of course, we're in Kansas. We're at my place, Straight Six Fans channel. So if you found my channel, you found my garage. You'll see this garage in the background of most of my videos. And then we got, of course, mostly Mopar IH dropped the joke that we all hate to see, which was some Wizard of Oz reference, and I won't even go to that because get more creative. Like if you want to razz us, like get more.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about Kansas, let's talk about championships.
All right, so hold on a second because we're gonna get into, because I'm the K-State guy here.
Oh.
All right, let's
talk about football.
Let's move the conversation.
What was it? 2010 was a great year for K-State football. No, that was KU. 2012. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
But anyway, that's where we're at. But honestly, I'm out of questions at the moment for all of you guys. But I'd like to open it up to anybody in the chat. If you guys got specific questions for us, go ahead and drop them in. But
you didn't answer your own questions.
My own question. So you want me to answer my questions? All right. So question 1, how long have I been on YouTube? And it's been about 3 years. And what got me over the hump to do this was I was podcasting at the time. I was doing a lot of podcasting. And of course, it was, the March that I started was right after I had started my new job where I met Greg Porter, Greg's Garage. You can find him.
Skyscraper Garage.
Skyscraper Guitars as well. You can find him here on YouTube. Check his channel out if you haven't. And we got in a discussion one day at work. It was about, I was kind of telling him about my podcasting, and he was telling me about his YouTube. And he's like, "Well, do you make any money at it?" And I said, "Well, no, not really." I was like, I sell advertising to cover the operation costs to operate a website and for hosting and domain and all that stuff. And so he started telling me about YouTube and how you can monetize and all this stuff. So I was like, okay, well, if I'm going to be spending all this time away from my wife if I could make money at it, that'd be great. Because then I can explain to her, well, the reason why I'm not spending time with you is because I'm making money. Like, isn't that a cool thing? Like, you know, so I jump into YouTube and you know, when I opened with this live chat, so my channel is about, I want to do, and I'll throw the teaser out. There's going to be a big video I'm going to put out before too long, but it sort of pays homage to when I was like a 7th, 8th, 9th grader. I had a subscription to Carcraft magazine, and it was all about like budget builds and like accessible hot rodding. Like, okay, I can do this. Well, because my grades sucked, I saved like almost every penny I made in high school for college. And so I put a lot of that on hold. And so I'm finally at the point in my life when I started this channel, I felt like, okay, a project car's on my horizon. So that's what motivated me to start. Of course, the majority of my content's been the Rat Rod radio flyer, because that's in this size of garage, as you guys can see. Oh shit. that's about all I can fit, you know. So that's what got me into YouTube. So explain what my channel's about. I'm right at the threshold of sort of switching it over from the Rat Rod radio flyer to, I'm going to be doing a real project car here before long. There's actually one, I won't spill too many beans, but up the road in Leavenworth, Kansas, there's a candidate that's waiting to be purchased by me, maybe as soon as tomorrow. But
nice.
What's going on?
No.
Sort of.
All right, that's an acceptable answer.
Sort of.
That's an acceptable.
Yeah. Well, she's let me. So the way I've been able to build up a savings account for this project car has been strictly with bonuses and mileage expense reports. So when I get my expense reports back from mileage from my job, they go in a special account, because it's like all I did was drive to this job. I just get paid back. So that's the agreement. And then with my bonuses, I'm fortunate enough in my job, we get, for the length I've been there, we've gotten quarterly bonuses, and yeah, they range in how good or bad they are. But I came up with this plan a long time ago to split any bonus into thirds. A third of it pays off debt, a third of it goes into savings, and a third of it's just fun money. Because it's like, I've been doing the responsible thing for too long. Like, you got to play, you know? But it's like that rule of thirds that I just split it, you know, and it's worked out really good. So I've got a good little, yeah. So you'll learn more about that here probably in the next 2 weeks or so. But so what projects I've going on? Of course, the Rat Rod radio flyer. Dreams that I have for future projects. Again, you'll see a video before too long. And then, well, there was the LS question, so I don't have an LS question, but we'll switch it back to Catloco because my older brother
is the LS going in your project?
No, not me, but my older brother, who's got a 77 Nova, really wants to do 6-liter swap. So maybe like some tips for him. What should he be looking out for? Maybe when he goes to yard, or if he's buying it from Craigslist. What types of things would you do? What would you show up with? Is it like a compression? What do they call those dials that you put in the spark? I don't know. I'm just walk me through what you would look for an LS.
Well, I mean, it just depends on how much you're willing to spend. So basically, when I look for engine one, I make sure it can turn over. I try to inspect the block for cracks, but being in junkyard is going to be covered in filth, right? It's in snows and dirt, it's in everything. So you're pretty much taking a gamble every time you pull one. So, like I said, it's a gamble, but when I pull them, I normally get them like, say, next weekend, which is like the 4th of July. It's half off. So for me, it'd be like $100 gamble on a 6.0.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So be ready to take advantage of those.
Right.
Like,
yeah. So
yeah, inopportune time, but
right.
Do it.
Right. But like in the case with me and Knox, it wasn't half off, but I knew it wasn't going to be there more than 2 days. Yeah. So sometimes like on a 6.0, you have to jump on it. 5.3s you can find all day left and right.
What's interesting to me is I'm weird. I like oddball shit. I like what not everybody's doing. So
yeah.
So a 4.8 liter is, if I'm not mistaken, the same stroke as a 5.3.
Same block. Different compression.
Smaller bore, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you have to look for a specific like casting to figure. Like you can't really just look at it and be like, oh, that's a 4.8 versus a 5.3.
The only way you can tell is from the internals, from like the pistons. Otherwise, you're pretty much depending on the head number.
Okay.
Yeah. So the majority of 5.3 is going to have A62. That's your everyday ordinary 5.3. So gonna be 862 heads. What you want is 243 and 799. That's your high flow heads. That's what a lot more people want. That's desirable. I think my 6.0 is like a 716, I believe. 317. Yeah, 317 heads on my 6.0. But they're prone to having problems. So my next junkyard LS hunt will probably be looking for those heads. No.
What? Remind me. L88? Is that a thing?
L80?
There's like a specific 6 liter
L33.
Right?
Yeah, there's numerous versions
All right.
of LS engines. There's a lot of them. That's why you needed Head Flow Inc. here. He'll tell you. He knows the factual information about that. But yeah.
Gator Garage wants me to buy another diesel. I love diesels, but I don't know if I'm ready for diesel right now. Yeah, it looks like old car autos picked up a lot of subs. No, a lot of helpful tips there on the LS swaps. Again, opening it up to the comment section or the chat session. If you guys have any specific questions for any of us, go ahead and drop those now. We're going to do our best to try to pick those up. Yeah.
My turn?
Yeah. Just freestyle, man. Just go at it.
Freestyle? Oh, no. I'm not rapping. Come on now.
No, I mean, just talk. Whatever's on your mind.
What was your latest tool purchase that the other guy should pick up if they can?
I did the video on the LED light, which was, to me, is probably the ideal LED light for cost and application. Outside of that,
You're talking about the ratchets too.
yeah, I did buy another Milwaukee 3/8 drive ratchet at Home Depot probably a little over a month ago. They had a in-store sale, 10% off, so I was able to pick up that for, I want to say, about $80 some. And then I bought basically the extended hour, I think like a 2 amp hour battery. It's not the small one, but the one that has a flat on the bottom. I think that they have a 2 amp hour that's in a bigger platform. It's not really the 4 amp. And then I think they now have a 6 amp hour, which is new. But I got a double pack of the 2 amp hour larger batteries for, I want to say, about $89 for the pair of them, which I thought was a pretty good buy. And trying to think, I've had some other small purchases, but nothing really sticks out in my mind as to what I might have bought recently. I know that I bought a few things here and there. I may have bought another set of Klein crimpers in and around the time I went on our road trip to North Carolina. But outside of that, I really haven't done a whole lot of tool shopping. I've been wanting to go. I've been wanting to invest in the 6 amp hour Ryobi batteries, but I just haven't pulled that trigger yet.
So Craig, I just wanted to let you know, Doug Sweener says thanks for reaching out to him today. And I won't go into too many details, but if you guys don't mind reaching out to Doug a little bit and asking him what's going on with his life, I know he'd appreciate it. I know he probably doesn't want me to say that, but Doug's been a heck of a follower for all of us, really.
He's an awesome guy. If you're not subscribed to him, you should go check him out.
But
he's got a lot of life experiences and just an all-around great guy and a lot of great knowledge.
Yeah. And Mr. Something Basic asks, second question, who won the Super Bowl this year?
Go Eagles.
So,
yeah. Right? Mr. Something Basic?
I think we got that right. And then Drive Shaft Drew had to drop off. And, of course, Drive Shaft, supporter of all, like, whatever you throw out there, he's going to support it. So,
yeah, he's a good guy, too.
Heck of a YouTuber as well. So, Twisted R Racing says, says agrees. Doug's a great guy, but for you, Hard Knocks, one of the things I wanted to talk a little bit about is your thumbnails.
Yeah,
and I actually love them. I actually think that
you like the kindergarten crayon scribbling.
So YouTube's gonna tell you that you need good pictures and you need good but because you're using bright colors, like I almost think like you're checking all the boxes. Like they do grab my attention, and like I love it. Like own it. Like that's your style, and I think like honestly, it freaking works. So talk a little bit about like.
I've had plenty of guys who are bigger than me tell me your thumbnails suck ass. You need to do something better. And I tell them, look, my shit looks like a kindergartner because that's the genre I'm going for. I'm going for kindergartners to click on my video and hear a bunch of fucking cussing and shit, and then get grounded by their parents. But no, that's Microsoft Paint, man. That's all I ever use, and it's all I will ever use. No. I actually dick around with the mouse. I mean, I waste time doing thumbnails, hardcore. Actually,
the less efficient, the better.
Right, exactly. That's my whole motto. I put into my thumbnails as much work as it takes to upload a video. That's my schedule. Edit, upload. While it's uploading, I jot out a description and then do the thumbnail, and then that's it.
But I swear, I honestly think it works. Like I think it still checks the boxes because it grabs my attention. Like I mean, as long as that picture is good, like.
And the picture is just something I take off of the video actually itself.
Okay.
So it's just a screenshot from the video, and then I just throw a title on it or a condensed title, and maybe throw a couple stickers on it. Or that's what Microsoft Paint calls those little pictures, it's stickers. Throw a couple stickers on it and call it good and ship it.
And obviously kindergartners are going to love stickers.
Oh, kindergartners love stickers.
So,
stickers and crowns. I mean, if I put a juice box on there, it'd be 1 million views in a week. It's just the way it goes.
It's like his own watermark filler.
Yeah. And people ask me all the time. They say, well, why would you put your email address as a watermark? I've been doing it since almost day one. If you want to get a hold of me, it's pretty easy. You just grab the old computer or phone or whatever, and it's hardknocksforge@gmail.com. It's in every video, and you can get in touch with me, and I'll email you back. You know, I'm not stuck up. I'm not too good for you, and I'll talk to just about anybody.
All right, so mostly Mopar IH has got to go to please the missus, and we all, I think, can relate to that.
Oh, yeah.
But Twisted R Racing asks, do any of us have any small engine projects besides my Rat Rod Radio Flyer? Does anybody have any small? So if you don't know who Twisted R Racing is right now, he's one of those lawnmower racing guys. Oh, boy, now you're really.
I think he's out of Florida.
So Craig thinks out of Florida, which Catloco, Florida native. God's country, I think, is how you described it, if I remember right. But anyway, so we can pass the mic around. Yeah, I don't know
the engine.
Yeah, I do. I actually do small engine repair. It's actually one of the things that I do to make money, buy and sell shit on Craigslist. I don't have a lift. I don't flip cars. There are guys out there that do it. But for my garage, it's easier to flip lawnmowers, weed whackers, blowers, that kind of stuff.
With an emphasis on blowers.
An emphasis on blowers, yes. You can never have too many blowers.
All right.
Stickers. Catloco does have stickers. Do you have stickers?
Oh, yeah. Magnets and stickers.
Yeah.
Sweet.
One of these days I'll have stickers. Just redesign the logo. I'm sure you saw it on the thumbnail or whatever.
Well, when I save the live stream down, I'll do the custom thumbnail.
Throw the custom thumbnail up.
Yeah, then you actually Straight Six actually designed my logo, which came out, I think, fairly nice.
And so this is sort of like the litmus test. You happy with it?
Yeah, I like it.
All right.
I mean,
okay.
I didn't have a logo before, so now now I have a logo. I guess that makes me almost YouTube official. I can get pretty close now.
Well, let's stick there. Okay, so we talked a little bit off the live stream. You talked about your day job and I know Get It Garage has a question. We'll get to that question here in a bit, but about you moved from the telecom business into sort of custom radios. But I know one of the videos that really struck me as like,
well, actually, two-part.
Well, now hold on a second. Let me finish real fast. So I was like, I kind of like, where the hell did this come from? Was your video about it was like a slingshot meetup in Las Vegas? So talk to us a little bit about your involvement with the slingshot community.
Okay. We'll backtrack a little bit.
Okay.
So I worked for an interconnect company, and basically we serviced phone systems, voicemail systems, computer networks, and cabling and all that kind of stuff. I did that kind of work for about 20 years, and my boss wanted to retire and decided to sell the company. So he did that, and instead of going on with the company as an asset, I decided to step away to take care of my own family stuff for a while. And my current boss now was in the audio video world doing kind of like home theater, small appliance, and
residential level
security systems and surveillance cameras and that kind of stuff. Just kind of like a, like a hometown shop, if you will, for low voltage or appliance electronics and stuff. And he had approached me about working as a technician to install cameras. And so I told him, basically I've been in the IT world for 20 years and I'm really only wanting to do part-time work. So we had a conversation about it, and I went to work for him and started out doing just the camera stuff and some alarm stuff. Since then, he was on a path to create a company to build custom audio systems for the Polaris slingshots. So with the Polaris slingshot community, they have what they call owner rallies, where they have different cities and they rally all the owners into these cities for vendor meetups basically throughout the year. So I want to say at the current time, there's probably 5 that we really pay attention to, that we go to, and Las Vegas would have been the first event for 2018. So the video that's on my wall is a video that I shot while we were at the owner rally in Las Vegas. But we have custom audio equipment that we have designed and manufactured, and we set up and install for the Polaris slingshot and other motocross applications as well.
Okay, so Get It Garage had asked the question again. If you guys aren't following Get It Garage, I asked. Maybe you do. I don't know. Anyway, they're a good outfit out of New York. They do a lot of. They help me out with some of my Liberty CRD stuff, but they also they're doing like a Firebird. They did an engine swap on a V6 Firebird, and they're working on a GTI, VW GTI as well. But they're asking what everybody's drinking tonight. So I bought most of the beer, and I bought local. So I've got Torn Label here out of KC. Catloco brought some stuff as well.
Got some Smith and Forge.
He says
nice.
Smith and Forge, but he's not on the mic. Of course, Hard Knocks brought his apple pie.
Yep.
Craig, I don't think.
I'm drinking Mountain Dew out of my Arctic cup, or Ozark, whatever you call it. My wonderful thermal cup.
I also appreciate the compliments, making you guys think that we're professional in here. But I also bought KC Beer Company's new Pilsner. It's a German style beer. And then we went down to Tejas, like Papa Tejas would appreciate, and we bought a little Shinerbach, their seasonal brew. It's a strawberry blonde. I get it. Some people are gonna say don't fruit the beer. Give me your man card.
If it tastes good,
I'll be honest. But when it's hot as balls, like it is here in Kansas, and honestly, we lucked out here. It's doable out here in my garage. This is a good summer beer. Now, I'm not going to drink this in the middle of the fall or winter, but
Christmas.
it tastes good now. So, anyway, that's what we're drinking tonight. So, in fact, perfect timing because Beer Stud just dropped into the chat as soon as we. Beer Stud.
Beers.
I hope I said that right. I don't know if I put the emphasis on the right syllable, but I tried.
Well, yeah, I don't know if he would rather be known as Beer Stud or Beer Stud.
It's been debated for years.
Right.
We go back
it's not
and
a
forth.
question that's going to be answered, simply, easily in one live stream.
Well, hell no.
It's going to take many, many live streams
Anymore.
to figure out if it's Beer Stud or Beer Stud.
Guys, I appreciate, by the way, no thumbs down so far, but we're only at 11 thumbs up. Come on. Pick it up. I mean, come on. No, but thanks again for everybody dropping in. We're at 15 at the moment. Mr. Something Basic says, is it a wine cooler? I think he's talking about my Shiner Bock. Figure it out. I guess this is what I'll say.
Try it. Try it.
So,
It's in stores everywhere.
He is married, so he does have a viable excuse for his wife.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not going to say that I haven't dipped into my old lady's Smirnoff pineapple or Mike's hard grape or watermelon or any of that kind
Well,
of
if you
stuff
haven't
because I have.
chugged a couple handfuls of Boone's Farmers. I call it Boone Shine.
Exactly. Yes.
Then you don't know what's going on. All right.
Yeah. If you don't know what Boone's Farm is, then you aren't drinking the right shit. Same as Mad Dog 2020. If you don't know what Boone's Farm and Mad Dog 2020 are, then
What are you doing with your life?
Exactly. You've skipped that's really needed to appreciate, the finer things in life.
All right. So what about you guys? What about you three? Do you have any other questions for me specific? I don't know. I mean,
What's the secret card?
well, okay. Well, I'll spill a little bit. Like,
Is it a Chevy? Is it a car?
it's a car.
Okay.
And what brand do you think it probably is?
Probably might be Japanese. You never know.
Like a 81 Corolla or something. No, just kidding.
Some JDM stuff. You never know.
67 you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now my whole video is ruined.
Now let's swap in a Yugo. That would be like maybe the first on YouTube. That it could be a million
swap,
view.
but
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
man. Again, so thanks again, everybody. We figured, hey, we all lived within like a 50-mile radius of each other. Craig's the furthest one away from me, so
Mhm.
it was all doable. And it's like, what the hell are we doing? Why aren't we meeting together? So we did it, and I'm just glad we did it. And it's I think been a pretty good live stream so far. And
Oh yeah. It's always fun.
so I appreciate you guys coming out. But again, throwing it out to the chat. If you guys have any questions, I don't know. Maybe I missed one. Okay, Get It Garage. When will the Rat Rod Radio Flyer be rolling again? The goal is July, but I want to get it done so I can legitimize a project car.
So a few more days or 30 few more days?
Another month.
I'm hoping to split the difference. I'm hoping
Split the
July
difference.
15th,
There you go.
But that's the goal there. So
Probably get him on film for the driving.
well, so if you haven't seen my my brother built one out of a wheelbarrow with the Predator motor, and we've talked about racing. He's down in Wichita, so I think I'll lose, but
Yeah.
you still got to race. Like, you got to mash the throttle against somebody else and just break shit.
Yeah.
Like, once.
His engine's got to not blow up for him to win, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So there you go. Yeah.
So I don't know if I'll throw in I've got a billet aluminum rod, connecting rod, but I think I'll race him straight up for the first time to see what happens. And then when I lose, then I'll go back to the drawing board and I'll port the head and I'll put in the billet connecting rod and maybe a billet flywheel, and then we'll try it again.
Yeah.
So
there's always round two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta all right, you're my older brother. You're supposed to beat me once.
Exactly. Yeah. The first time.
But then I'll go back to the drawing board and then I'll kick the shit out of you.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Because I'm younger and smarter.
Yeah.
Brothers can fight. You just can't have anybody picking on your brother.
Yeah.
So it's perfectly acceptable to fight with your brother. You just don't want anybody else beating him up.
Yeah. The only person that can fight your brother is yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's okay if they go home with bumps or bruises or black eyes.
Yep.
Race, break, fix, and repeat. Yeah, exactly. Drone Wolf Media is dropping in. So again, if you 4 or 3, I can't count. I'm 4 beers in. If you guys haven't seen Drone Wolf Media, if I'm thinking right, he's out of Idaho, but it's all strictly drone footage. But obviously, Idaho's got some really awesome scenery to drone tape. But sub him up. Junkie Shop Time. Are you gonna stick that much money at a Predator motor? No, I don't have a Predator motor. I have a flathead. There we go. 5-horse Briggs & Stratton, just because it looks a little bit better with what I'm going for theme-wise with the Rat Rod Radio Flyer. That's what I have. So I'm already a horsepower and a half and a lot of RPM behind him. But, yeah, that's what... I've already bought the connecting rod, billet connecting rod, and the only reason I bought a billet connecting rod is so you can remove the governor without it wanting to throw a piston through the head. So that's what I did there. But
I do have a question about the radio.
All right, go for it.
You have this wonderful leaf blower over here. Are you going to be a forced induction in the Briggs & Stratton going into the hot rod radio flyer?
Kill action, strapping. So you know what Craig was pointing out, I have a Makita Tools battery powered leaf blower, and the reason I bought the Makita version is I already have a lithium ion drill, so I know we got a lot of the tool community in here. So I'll talk a little bit about my tools. And Catloco's got the Ryobi version.
I have a haul coming.
I
have a haul coming.
So spoiler alert. So we'll leave it there for Catloco. But no, I love my Makita. It's an 18-volt lithium ion. I've had it for 10 years. I know they're on I think version 3 of the same battery now, which I'm sure they make an even better product now. But I like my Makita stuff.
6 amp hour battery for everybody seems to be the hottest trend right now.
Yeah,
I know Ryobi's got one. I know Milwaukee's working on one on their 18-volt line.
So Milwaukee's working on a 12 amp hour battery. Their 6s on their M12. Yeah, their 12-volt line. They got a 6 amp hour out now.
18-volt.
Yeah, the 18 volts coming out on a 12 amp hour. They've got 9 amp. I just picked up because of Toolboss. I just picked up a 10-inch dual bevel sliding compound miter saw for $150.03. Originally $600 at Home Depot.
We know where we're going to get tools.
Yeah.
We're Knox's place.
Yeah, $150. It was $162 shipped to my door with taxes and free shipping from Alabama.
That's insane.
So I'm actually now debating on keeping the miter saw because I just got through finished with that shed.
12-inch blade?
10-inch.
10-inch, okay.
But I'm debating on whether or not I should sell the saw and get the half-inch impact gun that's 18 volt, or if I should just go ahead and keep it because I mean it is $450 off.
Vic coming soon for that too.
Real quick. Get It Garage has another question for us, but I want to stay on the impact wrench talk a little bit because I'm still air compressor powered impact wrench, but sell me on the battery powered impact wrench a little bit.
The only thing battery power cannot duplicate as far as air compressor is die grinders, and air hammers.
Go get it. So, we'll stick on that discussion actually because a buddy of mine has the Makita version mini grinder, and although he says like you would expect, like you lose the battery power pretty fast, even at lithium ion. But it still has. He loves it just because there's no cord to drag around. But he doesn't use that as his like go-to mini grinder. But there's a time and a place. But I think about, is it Royal Metal? I think down in Olathe. It's like off of K7. I used to go there to buy like some like they have like they'll have like so, but like they'll have like because this shit's rusted like tube steel, but it's like in 18-foot lengths or whatever, 16-foot lengths, and like obviously with a subcompact truck, I'm not going to be hauling back 18-foot lengths. So I could see like they let you cut your own stuff there, but you got to come prepared. They won't let you plug in, like with an extension cord. But I feel like having a battery-powered mini grinder, I would never buy one as my primary 4.5-inch mini grinder. But I could see a time and a place for something like that where it's like, okay, well, I'm just going to go to work. I'm going to cut the stuff in half, and I'm going to throw it in my pickup.
Yeah.
That's where I think the battery-powered mini grinder kind of has a nice little sweet spot.
Yeah, junkyard.
Yeah.
You know,
So,
look at that is 14.4 Snap-on there. First time I ever actually held one and used it, and I can tell you Snap-on got it right. I'm not afraid to say that. Their 14.4 line is excellent. It's not for me. I don't have a regular Snap-on guy, but if you have a regular Snap-on guy, the 14.4, it's great stuff. But yeah, that die grinders and air hammers. If they can get those, you won't ever need a compressor again.
So all right. So
there's
Craig
his 4.5
went out,
inch.
He said he's got his Ryobi battery powered mini grinder, and I should probably do this with 2 hands before I send this into my laptop. But
will it cut a laptop in half? That's what the people want to know.
Well, you're here to find out.
Will it cut a laptop in half?
No, but you can feel the torque. It's got it. It's right there. It's pretty instantaneous. And Elon Musk, I'm sure, is like
That's $40.
getting a hard on. But
wow,
battery.
$40 bare tool.
And then you brought with you a shop light.
That's in my last video.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the LED light, and you open that up. It's pretty powerful.
Yes. Thanks, Catloco. So we'll shine it right at the camera so it blinds all you guys and you hate me. I think that's the right thing to do.
Okay, now on the side, you can swivel the side.
Well, here, I'll let you run the show.
Okay, here we go. I don't know.
A bunch of tools. I really want to read your comment out loud, but if I ever want to have a chance at monetizing this thing, I might not do that.
So now we have a grant lit up.
But I'm kind of following what you're saying, what you're putting down. But we'll go back to Get It Garage's question was, okay, so as a daily driver for all of us, what are we rocking? Of course, you guys have probably seen my video. I drove 3 hours to buy a 2008 Toyota Tacoma. I love it. It's 4-wheel drive. I get 22.4 miles to the gallon on a constant basis, even with air conditioning. I've got a pickup bed and 4-wheel drive. I couldn't be more happier. Of course, because of my workbench behind me, the only thing that would fit in this garage is a regular cab. But since Craig's got the mic, we'll start with Craig. He'll tell us a little bit about his light, but as well as his daily driver.
Well, for my daily driver, I have a 2012 F-150 with a V6 in it that I bought from J.E. Dunn for payoff.
That did look like a J.E. Dunn.
So I think I give $6,000, and it's I think it averages about 23 miles a gallon on the highway, probably about 19 in town, and that's what I drive every day. City cab, pretty nice.
I think 19 in town's pretty good for half ton.
Yeah, mine sucks. As far as miles per gallon, I think I'm getting like 17 to 19. Of course, that's in town and highway combined because I drive everywhere all the time. So I don't know in town versus highway. But
I'm sorry, I missed make and model.
An 08 GMC Envoy.
Oh, yeah,
it's got the 4.2 straight 6. I mean, you can't get any better than a straight 6.
I really
pull a house off the foundation.
I really want to talk to Catloco a little bit about a 4.2 liter straight 6 from the junkyard. But before we do that, let's talk about your daily driver.
I have an 18 Dodge Ram, 5.7 Hemi, blacked out edition.
And it looks as good as that sounds.
Yeah, I think tall guy Car Reviews had the same truck.
Okay.
But he did a little more to his than I did mine.
So, Catloco, I don't expect you to have necessarily pulled a 4.2 in your time.
No.
But
or inline 6.
But the cool thing about it, so they share a lot of the LS family's anatomy, I guess. It's a 6-bolt main.
Mm-hmm.
So we come in from the side of the block as well as 4 on the bearings. And it's dual overhead cam. So these suckers, like my F-150, had a long stroke. and so it was a torque monster, but its RPM range stopped at probably 4,500. Whereas the 4.2 liter, I think, will probably go up to probably 6, 7, 8. And but their real holdback is their head. Just in your experience, at least from all the LS motors you've gone, have you come across the inline six? Like, have you seen a lot of them just in your time?
I've seen them, but most of my stuff is like small block 350 Chevy. I normally stay in the Chevy family. Right. So the 350s, 305s, LS is pretty new to me. That's the reason why I'm getting into it, because I haven't touched the LS motors. So that's why I'm going in this direction right now.
Have you finished any of the LS swaps? Or I've heard like they're actually...
This will be my first. So I pulled the 6.0 with Knox, and then 2 weeks before that, I pulled the 5.3 by myself. So there's some vids coming leading up to the build. Like I was telling you about Chris Womack, he's doing a build now. He's 92, 95% done his build. He has a good video, well, a few good videos on that. So you'll see the LS builds. I say July. You probably start seeing them.
Well, I've heard they're actually a lot easier to hook up than you'd think for an EFI car. That the computer, there's really not a whole lot.
No, it's based on 3 wires.
3 wires. There you go, folks.
Well, you have different ways you can do it, but most people do the 3-wire method. But yeah, what do you say?
Again, I really want to answer Budget Tools' question, but
the Homo Tools,
maybe
Homo brand.
So
I think he was talking about Earthquake.
Yeah, there you go.
Earthquake.
Yeah,
I will neither confirm or deny.
I don't have any problems with Earthquake Ratchet.
Yeah. Well, maybe my chat's not catching up.
Get it. Garage is the last one I see.
Okay. All right. Again, guys, if you have specific questions for any of the 4 of us, let us know. But I was going to say, I mean, this is it's lasted as long as I wanted. We've gone an hour. We don't have to keep going. Now, you guys.
One thing I got for Catloco is I've had people on that video that me and him did ask, what is the difference between, or why would you go for a throttle cable over the fly-by-wire on the throttle?
Pretty much, for me, it's easier. You have to change a lot less going from a cable to a wire, because when you pull the engine for the say 04 and up, you will need the gas pedal to connect the wire to the harness. And yeah, yep, yeah. The control module, the foot pedal, and then 2, I'd get the cable, and just in case I want to go carbureted. Say I don't want to go fuel injection anymore. I want to change to a carbureted LS motor. Then I have everything intact already. I think up to 2003 were cable, and then 04 and up went to wire. Yeah, I think there are some still cable after 2003, but those are the ones I look as prior 03 and prior to 2002 to 2003.
So the LS family kind of did it debut with the Firebird and Camaro in like '98? Is that kind of where it started? I'm thinking right.
I think the original LS motor was the LS1, and it was back in the what we would call the F body or the J body cars. Back in, I want to say late '70s, early '80s when they started with the LS build.
Like an LS6 is a 454 from 1970, but I'm thinking like the fuel injected, like what everybody's at. Modern day LS, I'm thinking 1998 is kind of that cutoff for you went from the LT1 to
the LT1 was first.
And then, I think that they had an LS1 though. They had an LT1 and an LS1. So the LT1 would have been like everybody's ideal hot rod engine, and the LS1 would have been more of a fuel economy, grocery getter style engine, if you will. GM has several different engine codes, and depending on the application in the vehicle, it would have a different code. And I think that even, I mean, didn't they have I want to say like an L98 or something that was in some of the Caprices or
start
something?
with L and insert any number combination after they basically made it. L88, like the Corvette hood that had like that, it was like a cowl induction, but it had like that. I don't know. It's like it comes up and then it stops, and there's another hood that comes behind it, and comes up, and it's like a cowl induction. I don't know, but GM in their L insert number combination. There's a beer number 2 and 3.
Don't break the bottle.
So I know we had another question that came in from Budget Tools. He asked me if I would ever consider buying subscriptions to get monetized. Answer is no. I wouldn't. I'm at a little over 600 right now, and I really think the video that I teased a little bit. I think. Okay, so it's probably I'm probably overselling this, but I think it's going to take off. I think it's actually going to gain me a lot of subscribers, give me a lot of publicity, and it's just I'm so close to the finish line. I'm all about return on investment, what you put in versus what you get back, and there's no sense in spending money. Like I was projected to make $400 this year with my monetization because I was monetized, and I don't think I don't know what the going rate is for paying for subscribers, but to pay for 400 or whatever that number is ain't worth it for me. Like I gotta make sure I'm gonna return on that investment. So no, I'm not gonna do that. But good question. I like the question. Oh, Bearded Yakin, he is back, my brothers. So
Welcome back.
What's up, Yakin?
Old Bearded. All right. Any other just normal car guy topics? Yes, we can shut this down. We don't have to keep going. That's up to you guys. But
I don't have anything else.
that's where I wish I was Greg Porter. He does a great cricket sound. He would have inserted the Rika. Yeah. Anyway, I can't do
Any
it.
other questions your LS people had?
Okay, so Get a Garage drops the LS Turbo. And that's kind of where I was going with the 4.8 liter talk, was because those suckers rev so high. I see a lot of people turbocharging the 4.8, but I don't.
SPPTV does it.
And the little higher compression ratio, but I don't know.
I would think that a straight 6 would be more torque, less power. That's just what I would.
Well, the 4.8 is a V8 still. 4.2 was the straight 6. But.
I mean, for me, I don't have any desire in racing or drifting, so that's more like the drift scene, the drag scene that I want to do to turbos. And like YouTube's so flooded with turbo builds, LS turbo builds. That's not me. I mean, I work like less than 2 miles away. Like, what am I going to do with a turbo?
Just wrap it out and get the blow
Yeah,
up.
you know what I mean?
Go.
Yeah. So I mean, I eventually, after I get a couple builds under my belt with the LS, that might be the next stepping,
Try it.
just to try, just say I done it. But I mean, that was never a goal for me to go turbo on LS. Now, like my friend Zoe, I think he's going turbo on his LS build.
Again, Budget Tools. I really want.
He has a 72 Chevelle
to monetize this eventually. I don't know if I would. So
yeah, shout out LS
Night
Chevy Rider.
Welcome to the live stream. Honestly, I don't know anything about your channel. I don't know if I've ever checked yours out, so I'll do that after we shut this down. But
Oso's hilarious.
The dude was Oso. If the guy was Oso, sure. Yeah.
Let's just go ahead and get it over with. I always go back to Lawrence on Office Space. 2 chicks at the same time. I don't know. Always thought if I had $1 million, chicks be interested in me like that.
So. It doesn't cost $1 million to be with 2 chicks at the same time. If you do like me, it does.
Bearded Yakins, are you ready for winter?
Yes,
I take
I'm ready for
summer
winter.
over winter any day. So let's talk about that.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a winter guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fat.
Well,
That's
and I'm skinny.
Winter is always easier than summer. Always.
I feel
Now-
like. Yeah. Yeah.
18 hours long. But yeah, then no.
Ellis Chevy
Winter is
Rider.
much
Hey,
more
welcome
comfortable.
to the live stream. Yeah, those. Come on, come on, rehearse. Come on. At least for me, since being a huge college football fan, I hate when they're in the fall. I can tolerate them in the summer.
Yeah.
But the fall, I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Come on. But yeah, hey, welcome to the live stream. So again, Ellis Chevy Rider 254. He does a lot of live streams himself. So
Every day.
as Catloco says, yeah, a lot. So all right. What do you guys think? Should we start calling it a wrap or?
I'm good.
I'm good.
All right.
Good. We're gonna call it a wrap.
All right, guys. Hey,
This is
thanks
an
for
important question
jumping
lurking
on. I
in the
think we
crowd.
peaked at 18 watching. It was a good show. Thanks again. Check out all these subscribers or all these channels. We'll go from the far left. We got Craig Durbin. We got Hard
Okay.
Knocks Garage.
Yep.
Hard Knocks Forge.
Hard Knocks Forge. Yes.
Yeah.
Too Many Beers in Catloco's Garage. So bringing it on home. Thanks again, guys. It's been good. But until next time, peace out.
Peace.